The 2024 Dueling Mirrors tins are finally here. They released an OTS a couple of days ago, but now the floodgates are open on TCG Player, so let's take a look at some of the secondary market pricing. If you guys enjoy these type of videos, leave a like, leave a comment below, subscribe if you guys are new, and let me know what cards you guys are picking up from these tins. There are quite a lot of movements. Currently in the lead, we have SP Little Knight. No shock here. This is sorted by best selling. But then we have Imseti. Imseti is down to 8 listings at the time of recording this video, and I lied, it's actually 5 listings now, with one single copy at 15 before it shoots up to 20. Insanity. Let's actually go back. There are 50 listings on the Blue Eyes QCR, not too awful. But then we have Thrust. Thrust is sitting about the $27 mark for this secret. Bonfire's chilling about 15. Both these are 25 listings or lower. Same over here with Wanted, so do keep an eye on these. DMG has 51 listings for the quarter century and 44 for the secret. Oddly enough, the secret is a little bit more, the secret alt art is a little more expensive than the quarter century, so do keep an eye on that. Typhon sitting under 30 listings, about 10 bucks. Chaos Angel about 15, Dissipator about 10. Emblem of Oath is sitting 5-6 bucks. Quem is 10. Prices are looking pretty appealing here. It is important to note, too, this Kashtira Theosis, 29 listings. Thea is 25. I really don't see this maintaining a really high price, just because the card is honestly kind of bad. Raigeki alt art is sitting 17 listings. Don't be surprised if more of these alt arts do get bought out, because people are going to artificially try to drive up the price on this. And honestly, people just really like the Raigeki because it has Slifer on it. So that one could be natural causes. Relinquish Anima is a meta card. That's why it's on the first page. Then we got Wake Up, sitting 66 listings, about 5 to 6 bucks. Torrential being the only quarter century trap is still really odd to me. Sitting 3s. Those are very plentiful with 51 listings. Again, Heavy Poly and Mind Castle in here. Keep an eye on these as the day goes on in the weeks. Just because I wouldn't be surprised if these go up a little bit more. Granted, last year's exclusives that we got, the brand new cards, the Camelot, what was the other one? We got a Spiral card, and then some other card that I can't remember right now. But they were all pretty awful. But I don't think that's going to happen with these. Heavy Poly has some really niche, but honestly kind of interesting use cases. Mind Castle is just a really good level 6 that anybody who plays Synchros can go into. So I think Mind Castle is probably going to be the more generic one out of these. Bahamut Shark, we have to keep an eye on this because we do have the water support coming out in the month. So do keep your eyes on this. Limiter sitting at $2 for this alt art. Yes, I get machines aren't played a ton, but if you're playing like a legacy format and you're playing, or even if you're playing like Sidra or Ancient Gear, it wouldn't hurt to have, you know, a copy or 3 of this. So keep an eye on this. Tier Cash is kind of sitting about 5. That's really good to see because this card was expensive for so long. Lad also chilling about the $5 mark, along with the Exodia limbs. Terror Top is also one to kind of keep on your radar because we do have Speedroid support that has been announced for the OCG. So we know we're going to get it in the TCG. It's just a matter of time. So these $2 Terror Tops, compared to the Ulti being, you know, a lot more expensive than that, these are kind of appealing. Let's go to the third page. There's a couple other things that I want to touch on with this tin too. We'll touch on those here later. Ohime, Time Tearing Morganite being about 2 bucks. That's kind of expected. That's around where the Super was for a while. Hell, I think the Super was even more expensive. Chimera, Big Wing Baphomet, Gazelle. Gazelle is pretty low on listings, 24. Scapegoat being under 2. This is so disappointing. So if you guys don't know, Scapegoat has an ulti, has a CR, and now a quarter century. So it has multiple different high rarities. The original Retro Pack Ultra. But the CR is less than 10 bucks. The ulti is probably less than 10 bucks too. Just really disappointing. Poplar being 2 bucks. 39 listings on this. Be careful with this because if people start topping with Snake Eyes Fiendsmith again, they may come and get this if they don't have Poplar already. So just do keep that in mind. What else do we got here? Invocation is around $2 for the alt art. The gadgets, everybody has been hating the gadgets. This token, the Kaiba token, this is the lowest I've seen it, and there are multiple copies here available, but there's only 19 listings. Most of these are going to fall under the $3 mark. Yeah, most of these are under the $3 mark. That's kind of crazy. 300 at 5 from Gamer's Choice. But yeah, Gamer's Choice Wall is the biggest one here. And there's less than 100 copies here on this front page. So if you guys want the Kaiba token, go ahead and jump on it now. It's a token. You need like 1 or 2 or 3, however many. But just go ahead and pick them up now before we get to the Gamer's Choice Wall, because I don't see that being depleted anytime soon. Coach King Giant Trainer, shout out, less than $2. If you're going to be playing any Horus or any, even like Galaxy Eyes, I assume could probably use this, since it's a level 8. Blackwing Dragon being $3 is enticing, same with Zolkin. What else do we have? The BLS secret, that's kind of sad. I have the CR over there staring at me. OSS, $2. No other Oak being 28 listings, that's kind of weird. Same with Red Eye Soul. Those are both at 28 listings. Medium Reamheart is 34 listings, which is a little abnormal compared to everything else. Birch at 32. Stand-Up Centurion at 26. Pearly Sleepy. These Pearly spells have been moving. I've been watching it all night. The Pearly spells have been moving really quick. I even sold a field spell, the Street, from Amazing Defenders, the first set, for like 50 cents overnight. And I can't imagine why, but who knows. Delicious, 37 listings. Inscription. This thing was like a quarter come Floodgates opening. Like, come look at this. Literally like a quarter. And there were multiple copies that sold at that range. 17 here. I thought there was a order that had more than 17, so maybe some of them got refunded. Yeah, I remember pointing this out earlier when I was at work. There is one singular copy at 30 cents, but otherwise they're about $1. Honestly, not too awful, in my opinion. Junk Warrior, waste of a slot. We won't even get into talking about that. Dark Hole Dragon being $1.50 is weird. Sleipnir being 2, that's fine. Tokusano, keep an eye on this, because we do have the rank 10, whatever that archetype is called from Crossover Breakers, and it could probably utilize this if they wanted to. Malong finally getting a foil. It was a common for so long. They did do a good upgrade with Malong and Q-Belt, though. There weren't too many upgrades that I was really a fan of. Like the Scareclaw Cache, I was not a fan of jumping from Common to OTS Super to Ultra. I hate when they rarity bump OTS Supers. It just leaves a sour taste in my mouth, really. What else do we have? Anything on this page? Yeah, Q-Bolt's kind of a little low. Q-Bolt was the only front page Ultra on Gamer's Choice to sell out, and it sold out at $1, so do keep an eye on this. Really low listings comparatively to some of the other Ultras. Same with Dynamundo. I want to switch up the filters here. So let's go... Yeah, let's go high to low. And let's actually filter by the rarities. I want to look at quarter centuries, okay? So at the top, we have DMG and we have Blue Eyes. That's about to be expected, right? They're both like 20 to 25 bucks. But then the third highest is $5 with Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. This distribution is going to even itself out over time, so keep an eye on that. And if you are looking at any of these other quarter centuries that are really undervalued right now, go ahead and pick up a few copies. Like there's one right now, the Rank Up Magic Astral Force. I'll actually show you that. This thing is 20 cents. Granted, there's one here at 20 cents, 5 here at 23, 30 at a quarter, 5 at 24 cents. There are so many of these less than 50 cents. And yes, I get it, it's a rank up magic, But we saw exactly what happened with Sol and Luna. Sol and Luna was $1 quarter century, and then we finally figured out why it was reprinted for the Mimighoul stuff, and then that thing shot up to $10, like, overnight. So keep an eye on this. Don't, like, just keep an eye on it. It's printed for a reason, and I don't know that reason. I wish I did, but... same thing with Ito here. I think somebody was saying Ito... Yeah, the text was updated. So, before, it used to say you cannot summon monsters. You can only control one Ito. If this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon it from the graveyard during the next turn standby phase, and destroy all other monsters you control. Now, let me zoom in. Make that so you guys can see that. The new text on this, you cannot summon or normal set monsters. So the whole thing with Ito, why it wasn't being used as an Albion, Sanctifier Dragon, or a branded expulsion target over here in the TCG, but we were seeing it in Master Duel and in the OCG, is because the TCG was printed with this text. You cannot summon monsters. Okay, but I can still set monsters. A set, it's a set, it's not a summon. So that was the whole ruling conundrum that we had over here in the TCG. That text is updated. So maybe they won't hit Sanctifier, okay? Maybe they're just going to ban Gimmick Puppet Nightmare. Maybe they'll just get rid of Nightmare and make him choose like Ito or something else. So these are under $1. Very important to keep this in mind. Please keep this in mind, because if they don't end up banning Sanctifier and they go for Puppet, they go for like Raw's Disciple you can tribute over, this would be the next best thing after Puppet, in my opinion. I don't know if they'd actually play the Vice Requiem or whatever other crazy shenanigans branded players are thinking of. But this is why this was reprinted, is because it has this text, clarification text, that changes our ruling on it. So, just so I'm clear, this is less than $1. It would not hurt to pick up, 3 or even 9 of this, just to have on standby in case Sanctifier misses the following ban list. Okay? Just my little advice there. I heard that this was updated from somebody in the Zodiac Discord, and I was not 100% sure if that was the case, but it is. There's 25 copies here, 12 here. Very plentiful, under $1. Pick up a few copies. Then we have gadgets are chilling $2, $1.50. That's pretty expected. Carbuncle was kind of a waste. Shout out Crystal Beast players. But honestly, I feel like Crystal Beast players probably would have preferred Pegasus. Chaos Ancient Gear, this should have been anything else. Even Ancient Gear Golem would have been even more badass. Utopia Double being $2, that's... If you guys remember OG Utopia Double, this was seeing some sort of tech play. Was that tier format? It might have been around tier format. I remember this original Ultra was $15+, so seeing this less than $2 is kind of nice. Alt Art Wing Karibo is a good one too, less than $2. This was a game promo, I think, before that. There's not... Oh, this is one we need to touch on, Chimera Tech. So these were $2 come Floodgates opening, and I think even yesterday. But these are up to $3 now. And you can see all these $2 copies have moved, and this is since the day of release. See, somebody bought 14, somebody bought 31, somebody bought 25, somebody bought 111. Yeah, $2 was a complete no-brainer. I'm glad I picked some up at around the $2.15 mark. Just because $2 was absolutely way too low for this, because it's a staple in Edison. Most Edison decks are going to run 2 Sidra inside, and this in the extra, just in case. So yeah, seeing this at $2 made absolutely no sense to me. Even seeing it at $3 when we touched on it on the Kong's Cards pre-order video. $3 was also a no-brainer. So seeing it at $2 was an instant go for me. I think I only managed to pick up 2 or 3 copies, but I got mine. That's all that matters. Same thing, watch this Terror Top again. Guilty Gearfried is one that you kind of want to watch out for too. This did hang around for a little bit as a Super Poly target, and if decks are playing Super Poly again, this could come back into the format. Shark Drake, I don't think Shark Drake has any real application. Link Spider, maybe. Honestly, this might even fall a little bit more. Toon Kingdom being 70 listings is very shocking to me. Do keep an eye on this. We've seen every other copy of Toon Kingdom in the past go to 20 plus. Also, Pankratops is another really good one to keep an eye out, because this is still at 2 on the Forbidden and Limited list. Why is it at 2? I don't know. I really feel like it should have went to 3 on the last list, but it will come back to 3. It's just a matter of when. And when it does come to 3, yes, people are going to go and want the Chase original CR from, what was it, Ancient Guardians? But then there's going to be people that just want their blingy version. They're going to go for the Secret. They're going to go for the Quarter Century. I was going to say Ultra, but they're probably not going to go for the Dude Ultras. So $3-4 for this. If you have extras of these, hold on to them until he comes off the list. You'll make a little bit of money that way. UDF being 3 to 4 is pretty fair. The limbs all being 4. That's... Honestly, these could even go up. The limbs. Yes, most people are only going to buy one piece. This is a collector item, especially now that the full set is in the same rarity, same as the Starlight was. But the common Exodia limbs have always been like $4+. So seeing the Quarter Century sit around 5 is kind of weird. It's giving alarm bells, so keep an eye on that. And then as we get back up toward the top, the Blue Eyes and DMG, this will, you know, equalize. It'll just take time. Let's go look at some secrets. On the lower end of the secrets, we have the Gold Pride cards. No real shock there. Banshee. Banshee being under $1. That's kind of cool. Then we got Wakaushi being about $1. Nightmare Magician. This is one to keep an eye out, especially with all the illusion support. The illusions are very good. Ringo Worm. Shout out Ringo Worm, man. I'm glad this guy finally got a rarity bump. He was like a $5 Ultra for the longest time. Rock. Yeah, we didn't need another Rock print. Junk Warrior. This had no point being in here. Subversion being $1. Asa being $1. Yeah, there's nothing else on this first page that we haven't really touched on yet. Second page, lowest to highest. Arius being under 2. Keep an eye on that too, because everybody loves Labyrinth. I don't get it, but, you know, you guys do you. It's a very annoying deck to play against, we'll say that. Give me back, what is it, Imperial Order? Is that the one that stops traps? Snake Eye Ash being 2, Lars being 2. So a lot of your lower end secrets here are gonna be about the $2 mark. This Gazelle and tuning listings are very low, sitting about 24, 25. Yeah, that's extremely low. And also keep an eye out. Speaking of secrets, there are misprinted secrets that instead of having the prismatic secret foiling, which, imagine the hashtag, you know, typical tin secrets, they actually have the base core set secret rare foiling. So keep an eye on that when you're opening your tins, because if you do have the original secret print instead of the prismatic, you're sitting on a decent amount of money. People are offering crazy amounts for these, even though I've seen by now hundreds of them pulled. So keep an eye out when you're digging through these. Yugi Token is also sitting in the same state that Kaiba is. Excuse me, about $2-3 with very low listings. So keep an eye on that. Oh my god, King Sark is gone. King Sark is entirely gone. 3 listings, 7 copies on the market. Oh my god. And people are buying them at 8. People are buying them at 8. You guys could have woke up like 2 hours earlier and got them for $2. Good lord. Okay, that is the first buyout of the tins, is King Sark. 3 listings, up to $8. This card just had a buyout pre-tins too, which is insane. What else do we have? Rev Synchron. Yeah, he's been chilling about 5. Primera, 32 listings, about $6. Raigeki, 17 listings at Seems very low. I think it was kind of around there before. Imseti is at 4 listings. Okay, it's went down from 5. Yeah, I guess Imseti was technically the first buyout, but Imseti, King Sark. Your 2 first buyouts of the tins. And let's take a peek at this higher end real quick. Yeah, they're still sitting pretty good. SP's 24 listings, 26 over here. For the Ultras, I don't know if there's really any heavy hitter Ultras. Yeah, most of these are just kind of bulk currently. They're all less than $1. I do suspect some of these will equalize once they see play. Like Pearly Street, that's like an easy $1 Ultra. Some of these Earthbounds, it would take people playing like the Earthbound Runic to get these up, but you know, it could happen. A lot of these is where you're going to find your penny stonks. There are 150 different Ultras. Yes, a lot of them are honestly pretty useless, but we're kind of seeing pretty low listings on these comparatively, like only 40 some listings on most of these. Just kind of shocking. 28 on the Red Eye Soul. I should want to click in here and see how many copies are still available. 2, 4, 13, 131 at 50 cents. Yeah, so if you buy these 13 at 25 cents, you instantly make a double up compared to the next wall investment opportunity. I'm just saying, I bought a ton of the rares, the original rares from Maze, and I did pretty well on those. So the Ultras, I would not put it past them. Again, the bike, common, OTS Super, Ultra. Why are we doing this? That's multiple different cards. Same with like Perlily, I think. Perlily was common, OTS Ulti, and now it's an Ultra. It just makes no sense to me. Gen and Ken, I forgot their Ultras. Those were easily $1 commons, so keep an eye on those Ultras. Same with a bunch of the Rescue Ace. They got a ton of Ultras in the tins. Yes, Hydrant and Turbulence aren't in here, along with some of the spell straps, but honestly, that's fine. That's really fine. That's your kind of first look at the first morning of the tins. We saw some kind of expected things and some really unexpected things. I was not expecting the Imseti and the King Sark to be gone that early, but we'll have to wait and see how those listings repopulate here as the weekend goes by and as the next couple weeks go by, and see where everything falls up. So if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe if you guys are new. We're almost at 250 subs. I think we're at 247 last I checked. So I do thank you guys for all the love and the support that you guys have been showing. Yeah, follow me on Whatnot. Come buy some cards. Got a whole trade binder back here ready to go. And we'll talk to you guys later. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Go drink some damn water. I'm telling you. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.